Call of Duty dropped a rare, almost out of character blog post. Hopeful on the surface, but with a tone that hints something isn't landing the way they expected. The community reception for Black Ops 7 has been all over the place, which is surprising considering how strong the game actually feels. I had a ton of fun playing it. Honestly, Black Ops 7 is one of the stronger entries we've had in years. Maps are phenomenal, the gunplay is great, wall jumping is a fantastic addition, and Treyarch is the most responsive a Call of Duty dev has ever been. But despite all that, something feels off. That typical Call of Duty spark, that momentum the franchise usually has, it's missing. And the reason feels simple. Franchise fatigue finally caught up. And when you zoom out, it really comes down to one core factor. This year, Call of Duty wasn't launching into empty space. It was releasing into one of the most competitive shooter markets we've seen in a decade. So I went back and looked at what COD has historically launched against over the last few years. For Modern Warfare 3, you had games like Spider-Man 2, Assassin's Creed Mirage, Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, all great games. More importantly, mostly single-player titles. For last year's Black Ops 6 launch, we had Indiana Jones, Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater, Black Myth Wukong, Assassin's Creed Shadows. Same story again. Excellent releases, none of them were live service shooters competing for daily attention. Now let's compare that to the landscape that Black Ops 7 walked into. You still have games with a large player base like Marvel Rivals and Delta Force and other shooters. We had the highly anticipated launch of Escape from Tarkov 1.0, but it was two titles specifically that had the biggest impact on COD's launch window. One was to be expected, and the other, nobody saw coming. Battlefield 6 landed just 1 month before Black Ops 7. And while I'm not comparing which is better, the timing matters, especially because Call of Duty only started addressing long-standing community requests the moment Battlefield entered the picture. Battlefield's release was expected, and I think COD was honestly just prepared to compete for the first couple of months of both games' release and then just kind of wait until the dust settled. What Activision wasn't prepared for was the second game, the one nobody saw coming. A game that sold 4 million copies in its first month. A game that remained on the Steam top 10 for weeks after launch. A game that brought an incredibly niche extraction shooter genre to the mainstream gamer. That game was Arc Raiders. Arc Raiders is the exact kind of breakout live service title that every publisher hopes they'll release someday. It punched its way into that rare category of genre-defining releases that completely hijack player attention. Not only from a player perspective, but also from a community and viewer perspective as well. It's got the exact same aura and DNA as games like PUBG, Fortnite, Overwatch, Valorant. It takes over. I picked it up as something to pass the time until Black Ops 7 released, and quickly I was hooked and hunting down Wolfpack blueprints and begging my friends for olives. So how exactly does Activision prepare for a once-in-a-decade event like this? The answer is, you can't. You kind of just lose. Gamers had more choice this year. Their attention was already spoken for. And grabbing attention becomes even harder when Black Ops 7 was perceived as just another Black Ops game. That's where the $70 DLC narrative starts to take shape online. Because even though Black Ops 7 isn't a DLC for Black Ops 6 and pushed the franchise in a direction the community has been begging for, the game's biggest wins were overshadowed before players even had a chance to notice them. So what does any of this mean for the die-hard Call of Duty fans like us? Black Ops 7 didn't hit Activision sales targets, and that's the context for this blog. I'm going to focus on the 3 major statements that Activision makes in this blog post. Each section feels very intentional, and it makes a lot more sense when you lay out the context that we had just discussed. The first major point, you'll have the opportunity to play Black Ops 7 for free. Next week, we are opening the doors for everyone to jump in and play Black Ops 7 multiplayer and zombies for a free trial along with a double XP weekend. We would like you to experience the game firsthand and decide for yourself. This is Activision's most direct attempt to win back the players who sat out this year. Black Ops 7 actually offers more ways to experience COD than ever. Endgame, zombies, multiplayer, Warzone, but people don't know that unless they try it. Second, we are committed to unprecedented seasonal support. Your continuing feedback will help shape our seasonal updates over the coming months. Season 1 is the largest live season ever, and we're just getting started. We won't rest until Black Ops 7 earns its place as one of the best Black Ops games we've ever made. Call of Duty wants to ensure to you that the money you spend to play the game is worth it. This isn't the era of buying a game on a disc and only ever having the content that's available to you on that disc. Message here is pretty simple. Every season, between now and the next game, we'll have more content, more modes, and more updates than usual. And third, our strategy going forward is changing. We will no longer do back-to-back releases of Modern Warfare or Black Ops games. The reasons are many, but the main one is to ensure we provide an absolutely unique experience each and every year. We will drive innovation that is meaningful, not incremental. While we aren't sharing those plans today, we look forward to doing so when the time is right. To be clear, the future of Call of Duty is very strong. We believe our best days are ahead of us, given the depth and talent of our development teams. We have been building the next era of Call of Duty, and it will deliver precisely on what you want, along with some surprises that push the franchise and the genre forward. We look forward to welcoming you in, listening to you, and moving forward together. This is Activision openly admitting the back-to-back yearly setting shifts aren't cutting it anymore. Kind of makes you wonder that if Call of Duty had been a fresh setting with new mechanics and new ways to play COD, would it have insured itself from all of the noise happening in the broader gaming sphere? But it's that last section that actually leaves me more hopeful than frustrated. This was the year that made Activision realize something needs to change if we want to stay the juggernaut that we've become. I fully believe they can do it. Take the feedback and communication you've developed here in Black Ops 7, lean into your developers to create incredibly unique experiences, and deliver the games that somehow only you know how to do. But at the end of the day, we'll only know if these changes matter once players decide whether to come back for the new era of Call of Duty.